Welcome back to No Fluff Profits, and here's your host, the Profit Phantom.
What if I told you that you probably already know enough to change your life, and that you don't need another motivational video, you don't need another productivity hack, and you probably don't need this video here. You don't need another side hustle, because there is a possibility that most people don't want to consider. It's that maybe the thing that's keeping you stuck is not outside of you. The thing that's keeping you stuck is you. And now, before you get defensive, that's not bad news. That's actually some pretty good news. Because if you're the problem, then you can also be the solution. So today on No Fluff Profits, we're going to go over 7 psychological traps that keep people quietly stuck and keep you in the exact same place for years. And the first one just might be the most dangerous. And here it is. It's that you're not unmotivated. Now, see, a lot of people wait for motivation. That's probably not the problem. You're not unmotivated. You're just too comfortable. People think failure destroys ambition, and sometimes it does. But there's something much more deadly, much more quiet and silent that can destroy ambition as well. And that is comfort. Now imagine 2 people. One hates his situation. He gets up every morning thinking, I can't keep living like this. But the other person, his job isn't great. It's okay. It's tolerable. His paycheck isn't making him wealthy or rich, but it's getting the bills paid. He doesn't love Monday through Friday, but Saturday always comes and he always parties and has a good time until Monday rolls back around. Which person do you think feels the most pressure to change? It's probably the first one. And that's the point. That's the danger. It's that when life becomes tolerable, urgency disappears, and eventually you start confusing the absence of pain with success. Just because nothing's happening, you kind of feel like you're succeeding. And there's nothing wrong with enjoying your life, don't get me wrong. But the problem is when comfort becomes the price you accept for abandoning something you still want. And ask yourself something uncomfortable. If life looked almost exactly the way it did 5 years ago, would you still be happy? Are you happy? If 5 years passed into the future, would you be happy if you still were where you exactly are right now? Now, don't answer me. That question is for you to answer to yourself. Here's the second trap. It's that you don't have an information problem. Because let's be honest, we're living in possibly the easiest time in human history to learn something new. What do you want to do? Start a business? There's thousands of videos for that. Learn a new skill? Millions of videos. Managing money, getting in shape. There's books, there's videos, there's how-tos, there's just content all over Instagram, YouTube. It's everywhere. You could spend the next 10 years watching people explain one subject. And that's just the problem. Learning can create the sensation of progress. It's a false sensation. You watch the video, save the post, buy the book, you make the plan. And your brain rewards you because it feels like you're moving forward. But you're not actually doing anything. Knowledge has become one of the easiest places to hide from execution. Just think about your own life. What's something that you already know that you should do, but you're not doing it? What is it? Save money, apply for a position, start creating, making a channel, learning a new skill, you name it. You can spend years just thinking about this stuff. So maybe you don't need another answer. Maybe you just need to act on the answers that you already have. And I want you to answer this in the comments. What is one thing that you already know that you need to do, but you haven't even done it yet, but it just sits on your mind? Don't give me a 5, just give me 1, because information is not the power. Applied information is in fact the power. Notice the third. It's that you're not waiting for the right time. People say that I'll start when things calm down, or I'll get started when I get more money. I can't really afford that right now, or I'll wait till I'm more motivated. I'll wait till I know exactly what I'm doing. You see, all of that really sounds reasonable, but there is a problem hidden within those answers. It's that life rarely gives you an announcement. Life doesn't say, congratulations, this is the perfect moment. That's not reality. There will always be uncertainty. There will always be something you didn't know because you don't know what you don't know. There will almost always be a reason to wait, and that's just the truth. But sometimes what we call preparation is actually just fear, wearing professional clothes. We keep preparing because preparation feels safe. Action creates the possibility of failure. And nobody likes failure, let's be honest. But there is a part people miss. It's that you don't always become confident and then act. Sometimes you just have to act. You have to adapt, learn, survive. You have to fail after you act. And then confidence follows. You don't need to see the entire staircase, but eventually you just take a step, isn't that true? Here's another trap that people ignore. It's that the worst excuses, they actually aren't really that ridiculous. They're actually responsible. People say, I work a lot. And that's true. I have responsibilities. That's also true. Money is tight right now. That is absolutely true. I don't have enough time. Maybe. But that's exactly why these excuses become so powerful. Your excuses don't have to be false in order for them to control you. Suppose you only have 30 minutes a day. Now that's a real limitation. But there's a difference between saying, I only have 30 minutes, so I can't do it. And I only have 30 minutes. Let me see what I can do within that time. Same circumstances, different mindset, different question. Successful people don't live without obstacles. Successful people learn how to operate within those obstacles. So stop asking whether your excuse is legitimate, because it might be. But ask a better question. What can I do despite my excuse? Here's trap number 5. This is a good one. It's that you just might be addicted to starting because starting feels good. When you start something, it feels incredible. Think about a new business, a workout, a new investment strategy, or a YouTube channel, some kind of new plan. Anything new feels really good and rewarding to the imagination. Your imagination immediately jumps to the result when you get into something. Then 3 weeks come and nobody cares. The views aren't coming, the business is not making money, the scale is not moving fast enough, and suddenly you discover another opportunity. Now you're excited all over again, and you just live in this cycle. People spend years moving like this without actually going anywhere. They confuse novelty with progress. But almost everyone understands that things that are worth building eventually become boring. Did you understand that? It's repetition, consistency, improvement, doing something when nobody's watching. The successful person isn't necessarily the person who discovered the perfect opportunity. Sometimes they are simply the person who stayed when everyone else got bored. They stayed when no one was looking, when no one was watching. They stayed consistent, and that's the successful person. Here's another trap, the 6th. Your life just got comfortable enough. This one's so dangerous because comfort feels normal. You start earning a little bit more money. You buy some nicer things, you get another apartment, maybe you got a car. The weekends become a bit more enjoyable, and suddenly you couldn't stop thinking about where you were 5 years ago. So things don't seem as urgent anymore. It's not because you achieved it, but your current life became so comfortable that you now tolerate it. And there's an enormous difference between contentment and complacency. You should appreciate what you have, because that's gratitude. But gratitude does not require you to stop growing. You can appreciate today while still building on tomorrow. There's nothing wrong with that. Because some dreams don't die because somebody failed. They die because someone became comfortable enough, to stop trying. Rock bottom is not the only dangerous place. Sometimes the comfortable couch is worse than rock bottom. Trap number 4. No one's coming to save you. Eventually you discover something about adulthood. This is not to undermine the women, but this is more so for the men. That is that eventually you discover that nobody really cares about you. Nobody's coming. And like I said, this is not to undermine the women, but most men can relate to this a little bit more because typically in life, women do get a little bit more attention than men. And for men, no one's coming to save you. Nobody cares. Nobody's going to force you to save money. Nobody's going to develop your self-discipline. No one's going to build your business. And nobody's going to make you apply for that opportunity. No one's going to protect you. Nothing's going to happen for you unless you do it. This is for everyone now. At first, that realization sounds depressing, but think about it differently. If no one's really coming for you, then you don't have to wait anymore. You don't need permission. You don't need everyone to believe in you. You don't need somebody else to suddenly change your circumstances. You can start changing what you can control today. And slowly, things will change. They will change deliberately. Because if no one's coming to save you, that means you have complete control over what's happening with you. Finally, maybe you are stuck. That's fine. The question isn't whether you're stuck. The question is, why are you stuck? Are you too comfortable? Are you consuming information and not doing anything with it? Are you waiting for confidence? Are you protecting your excuses? Are you addicted to starting over? Or are you waiting for someone else to change? Only what you can change. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. Sometimes we spend years searching for the thing holding us back, and eventually we find a mirror. And that's not bad news, because the moment you accept responsibility for the things you can control, you get something back, and that is called power. So don't change everything tomorrow. Change one thing at a time. Take one step at a time. One step, then another, then another, then another, until one day you look around and realize you're not stuck anymore because you moved, you made progress, you actually did it. Family, I am the Prophet Phantom. Here, we don't hype things up. We don't give shortcuts. We don't fluff. We don't play around. We don't sugarcoat nothing. We just give you the solid truth. So, go ahead, like and subscribe. Feel free to join the family of No Fluff Prophets because this is where we discuss the truth without beating around the bush.
Turn losses into lessons and lessons into income.